So, as we know, as of yesterday, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter got fired by the Los Angeles Dodgers because of gambling. Now, this is kind of weird to me because the narrative of it changed. At first, this man, his interpreter, went on his own. So he says he went on his own. He went on his own, and he told his side of the story. Said that he had a gambling problem, and that Shohei Ohtani helped him out, and Shohei Ohtani gave him the money for the bet to pay off his debt, and that Shohei Ohtani knew of it. So he wired this man twice, I think it is, 2 transfers of $500,000 apiece. Now they're saying that was $4.2 million, and then later on, his lawyer said that Shohei Ohtani was a victim of massive robbery. So, which one is it? Did Shohei Ohtani pay off the debt? Or, because his interpreter said that he sat down with Shohei Ohtani, and Shohei Ohtani was the one that did the wire transferring because he didn't trust him. He could have given him the money. Well, that Shohei Ohtani, being that his friend was a gambler, didn't trust him giving the money to him so he can give it to the person who he is, who the debt is owed to. When you say now when the narrative changes and it goes to robbery, now you're involving the police, and you're involving certain entities into this to investigate. So they said they didn't bet on baseball. That his interpreter didn't bet on baseball, and everything was all copacetic yesterday. They were in the dugout and everything. His interpreter was there. Ohtani's wife was in the stands, and then after it hit, she was off the stands and all that. That's understandable. But it just makes you wonder what's going on. First they say that Ohtani voluntarily gave him the money so he could pay off his debt. Then they're saying that it was a massive robbery. So, hey, let's say if he did steal the money, that's jail time. And was it something that Ohtani said, you know what? Let's say hypothetically that Ohtani was the one that did do it, and he was the gambler. Because gambling is illegal in California, and so they got bookies. And Ohtani told him, you take the fall for this. You me decide it. You take the fall, and I'm gonna hit you up with X amount of money. I got you. It's first offense. If anything was happening, Ohtani would probably actually, the prosecution, if it goes in that route, to be lenient on them, and blase, what goes on in plea bargains. And the other one is that it's true that the guy had a gambling problem, and Ohtani helped him out. Or Ohtani was doing the gambling himself and used his interpreter as the fall guy to take his fall and say you did it because remember Pete Rose, and though that in itself, Pete Rose betted on baseball, and this it appears that there was no baseball involved. So in that aspect, he's okay with MLB. But we don't know anything about Ohtani. We don't know anything about his past. We don't know anything about any of them. But the main star here is Ohtani. So we don't know, Shohei. We don't know anything about him. Just that he pitches and catches. He pitches and he's a good baseball player. But about his personal life, we don't know anything. So me personally, that doesn't, let's just say if he did gamble and it's illegal, stuff like that, that to me, it's no big deal. Some other people, that is like Trevor Bauer, I believe he should be reinstated to Bevy. A baseball team should give him a chance, just like Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick, you think you can give him a chance? But once you get a black eye in sports, especially of some sort of magnitude, people have a tendency to, especially management, have a tendency to look away. And that's now. And management only looks away now is because the public's perception now is so much broader, and there's a lot of snowflakes out there that management tends to side with the fans, right? So Kaepernick took a knee, people felt offended by it, and the NFL banned him. No one wants to touch him because of fans, which fans don't even know why he took the knee. All right, Kaepernick didn't take the knee because he was against the NFL. He wasn't taking the knee because he was against veterans. Kaepernick took the knee because he was against police brutality. And I thought about it too, and I said to myself, you know what? He could protest, but why doesn't he do it on his own time? That doesn't affect them, the game. But then you think about it, if you're that type of player, what's the best way to raise awareness? It's through your job, especially in his situation. Carlos Delgado did the same thing. That's probably one of the reasons he probably won't go into the Hall of Fame, is because he didn't come out of the dugout when he was in Toronto because of the same thing, because of abuse. I forgot what it was, but he didn't take the when it was the national anthem, he didn't come out. That's going to play a big part in his decision on the he's been retired for so long. But that's one of the reasons he probably won't go into the Hall of Fame. He'll probably go into the Men's Hall of Fame, probably go into Toronto's Hall of Fame, because he was a great player. He was a great hitter. He was maybe 20 home runs away from getting 500. But he was a great hitter. Not so great in first base, but he was a great hitter. Great home run hitter, great clutch hitter. He had 4 home runs in one game. He had back-to-back grand slams. But those things like that, people have a tendency to look back and say, what? That's no good for baseball, blah, 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 blah. But in all honesty, and it makes no difference to me. If it doesn't damage the team, and it hasn't done any damage to anybody, person or anybody, then it shouldn't matter. Just let them play the game of baseball. Let the law take care of what they got to take care of. And if it was the fact that Shohei Ohtani did bet and it's illegal and where he betted at, then let the authorities take care of it, and the MLB do what MLB does. But do I think it's something to? If it is true that he did do it, is it something that he should be punished? No. Pete Rose should be reinstated into the Hall. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. All right, just because he betted on baseball, I'm thinking about decades ago, should not preclude him from being into the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose was a great baseball player. He gave it his all. All right. When you have a drug or an alcoholic in baseball or drug abuse in baseball, what did the MLB do? Put him in rehab, or at least try to put him in rehab. Right. So he did what he did years ago. It happened. Shit happens. People have problems. He overcame that. The thing is that I think Pete Rose has not apologized to MLB. From my understanding is that there have been a lot of times the MLB has considered reinstating him, but Pete Rose keeps opening his mouth and he does something stupid. That's from an interview that I saw. The word is not stupid, but that's the word that I'm using. So we'll see. But it is what it is, right, guys?